room. I think it's gonna go the whole day like this, so it's fine. May I tell you how my name is pronounced normally in Greek? It's Alexandros Avranas. So it's not Alexandros Avranas, it's the opposite.
Alexandros Avranas.
It's Alexandros Avranas.
Okay.
If it's possible.
Oh, yeah, of course it is. Angela Cherby, Fred Film Radio from the 81st Venice Film Festival. I'm here with Alexandros Avranas, the director of Quiet Life, opening film of the Orizzonti section. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your film deals with a very not much known but very interesting syndrome called the child resignation syndrome, which is, can you tell us something about, because maybe you know much more than me.
I suppose. This syndrome first appeared in 1998 in Sweden and still somehow existing, and it's about it's most likely for the refugee kids when the parents are denied, to have the asylum. They're asylum seekers and they don't get it. Normally, the Swedish state says you have 10 days to appeal and then you go back. Let's say, if you don't succeed to appeal, and the kids cannot stand it because most likely these kids are living from a country with a trauma. It's a war. It's something happened to the parents that they were in front of it, and when they are listening, they have to go back. They are falling into this strange situation that takes a little bit time. It depends. It can take 1 week or can take also 2 days until you fall into this coma. Technically, they just shut off their computer, let's say.
Yeah.
Not consciously. They don't say, "Oh, now I'm gonna fall in apathy," but they deny to talk, to eat, and then slowly the last thing they are closing is the eyes, and it's the first thing they're opening. So it can take up to 5 years, this coma.
And I was reading that there is, I was trying to get some info, there is not an actual cure for it because they don't know exactly what to do.
It's only the hope.
Only hope.
Only hope.
And the film is, the interesting part of the film, that you focus on the struggle of the parents to try to solve this, to try to help this kid to. How did you work in writing it and in making it so heavy?
It's heavy?
To us. Heavy in terms of, we feel we share this struggle. We share this struggle with the parents.
That's, it's a very long story, this script. With my co-writer Stavros Pabalis, who worked like 3 years on the script, with research, reading, meeting all sides, because there is also a big conflict in Sweden if this really happens or not.
Oh, really?
Of course, and it's a very political subject, and there are doctors fighting, and at the end they accept it somehow that this is real, this cannot be faked, I think the life of these people, of the refugees, that, we don't see them so really. They are in our society, but we don't see them because our life is so settled. And I think it was very important for me to make the audience feel aware about it. And also, I think for me it's a very good metaphor to talk about our society, because these refugees is not the refugees. Sometimes we see, if I'm coming from Greece, coming with a boat from, Eastern countries, from Asia or whatever. I think they're totally from outside looking like everyday people, and but they have a big drama in the family. And there's always this political conflict, is the state responsible for the resignation syndrome, or is the resignation syndrome that makes the state to react? So it's like the chicken and the egg story.
No, well, actually, you were talking about the political side of the film, and I may say there's also kind of a fight of a bigger philosophical issue. Say, what are we leaving to these kids? Which kind of world are we leaving to this kid?
Exactly. This was the reason to do the film.
The next step for us to help this kid.
I think the children are always there to save our society, but we overload them with many of our problems, let's say. And I think, you can understand these people, they are struggling. It's not easy to forget your problems to be the perfect parent, but I think it's time to start forgetting ourselves, let's say, a little bit for the good of the kids, of this society. I think we become a little bit too egoistic.
One last question about the visual aspects of the film. There is a kind of dystopic part
It's
to
the
it.
subject dystopic.
The subject is dystopic. So you choose also a way of framing it that was conveying in the dystopical aspect even more.
Of course. You know, this syndrome for me, it's everybody's asking, is this happening for real? Is this sci-fi? You made it up? What a great idea. I said, no, it's the reality. But sometimes reality is more dystopian than what we believe. And I tried very, very much to keep the coldness of the political system where these refugees, and to be in a new country, it's like everything is somehow new, you don't know where you are. You don't know what to expect. And together with this dystopian feeling, I think it's how the film became.
Yeah.
But another thing that's super important is to keep the humanity in this coldness and this dystopian. And I think this is also at the end what the family is doing to save it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks a lot to
Thank you very
Alexandros
much.
Avranas for the film Quiet Life here at Orizzonti section at the Venice Festival, and Angela Cerbi for Fred, the Festival Insider.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.